Andrina Turenne, it has been way too long since you've graced the Calgary Folk Club stage, like 2013. My goodness, where
Yes.
has the time gone?
Where has it gone?
Yeah. We're super excited to have you come this time solo. Last time you were with Chic Gamine, and now you're coming just you and your guitar and your beautiful voice and great songs. We're super, super excited to host you.
I'm very excited to be there again. It's been far too long since I played the Calgary Folk Club, and I have such fond memories of it with the group when I played last. So it'll be really nice to be back.
Yeah. Well, it was good to see you at Canmore Folk Festival last summer, and I understand that you've been doing some very cool festivals this summer. Um, we're recording this a little bit ahead, but you did the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, which is like, whoo.
Yeah, that was a big one. It was definitely one that I've been dreaming of playing for a long time. I had sang background vocals for an artist there in 2012, and so had been on that stage, and it was totally thrilling. But it was really exciting to be there with my own project this year and my own songs. And I put a band together down in Louisiana, and so I played there in the fall, and then I went back and I played New Orleans Jazz Fest and Festival International de Louisiane in Lafayette back to back, and it was really great and wonderful.
Very fun. And how do you find the difference between the French communities in, the Lafayette, the reception there, and the French communities in Canada?
Well, I mean, I suppose that, I'm from a minority Francophone community, and I have been going to Louisiana for 20 years. My dad was bringing bands up to Winnipeg in the 70s, Cajun bands, because he thought it was very important to build bridges between minority Francophone communities. And so, it's not so different than what I've grown up with and what I feel so welcomed by and at home with when I go there, especially Lafayette and the Francophone community that is there, is just the similarities in warm reception and dancing and food and music and celebration, like what we call joie de vivre. And so that's definitely a common thread. But I think that there's like almost an extra level of celebration for the language and for the fact that music has carried language through really difficult times and has been sort of this connecting un fil conducteur, like the connecting line between the past and the present to carry the language through the hard times. And so it's really beautiful. It's a beautiful reception that I get there and that the music has when I play it. And of course, I just feel so lucky to be able to take in the music there as well, in all the languages. Yeah.
Yeah, and your French work is very accessible to English audiences as well. I want to make sure I emphasize that as well. One of the things that was really exciting when I was taking a look, the Forks Market in Winnipeg
Yeah.
has an installation, and I'm gonna do my best. Les rêves qui nous rêvons. Did I
Yeah.
do okay?
You did wonderful. Yeah.
All right, thank you. So the dreams we dream, and that's that really lovely kind of ancestral piece that you're talking about. You're bringing a tradition forward, and yet you bring it in a way that's really a breath of new air. There's a newness to what it is that you do. So it's steeped in that ancestral, traditional, that kind of stuff. And there's a sparky of I don't know, almost adolescent energy to it, and I mean that in the kindest way, like just kind of yeah.
Oh no, that's a big compliment, and I appreciate.
Yeah. Okay. So just wanted to touch base about a couple other things. I know in 2023, you did that was your first solo record. So you graced the stage with Chic Gamine at the club in 2013, and then JUNO award winning that group was. What was the deciding factor to go solo?
Well, I had always played solo on the side, and I had always sort of done shows here in Winnipeg and around in between Chic Gamine shows. So it was in my mind that at some point in my life I would make my own record and I would, do a solo a solo project. I didn't know if that would be in tandem with a group or if that would be on my own. But in 2016, Chic Gamine parted ways as life was just changing. We'd been together for about a decade already, and our paths were just diverging, and so that natural transition happened. And I knew at that point that doing a solo record would be what was next for me. But I felt like after, I'd been in Chic Gamine for 8 years, and then I'd been with Chic Gamine for Madrigaya for 8 years, and Chic Gamine for 9 years, and it kind of felt like after all these years of collaboration, even though I had already been doing solo work, I really wanted to kind of mine a little deeper into what that would mean as the next chapter, because I really wanted to feel solid in the story that I was bringing forward, in the songs that I was sharing, and in this sort of new chapter, how I wanted to feel really grounded in it. So I took some years to just do a lot of composition for theater and for film, and do other projects that would kind of tap me back into my solo songwriting, back into sort of all the instruments that I play, because I've played a variety of instruments in my life, but in Chic Gamine it was a vocal group, so I didn't really do much of that, although I played some guitar. But it was just kind of an exploratory time for me, so that when I was ready to make my record, I would be really confident about it, and it would be like the first step in this new chapter.
Yeah. And so what does art mean to you?
I mean, art to me is a connector. It's a language that connects through like it's its own language that connects through all the languages. I think it's something for me that is an exchange, and that is relevant, and that is historic, and that is like, it's all of these things. I feel like when we are able to make authentic art, it's sure to resonate with somebody who is feeling that similar way or needing that similar inspiration. And so to me, it's just a way for us to share our common experiences as human beings, and to come together, really.
Well, we are so thrilled to have you solo at the Calgary Folk Club, sharing your inspiration, your messages, and we will see you on September the 20th. And for those folks who are not resident in the Calgary area, we do have a 3-camera live stream, great sound, and you can purchase live stream tickets and be with us there from the comfort of your own home with your own choice of beverage and popcorn.
Yeah.
So we look forward to seeing you in person on the 20th. Travel well and enjoy the rest of the summer. I know you've got a couple more festivals coming up, and nice to see that you are I don't want to say the word busy, but traveling and performing a lot. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm thrilled about it too. And I can't wait to be in Calgary on the 20th.
We'll see you then.
See you then.